Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Catalina Legacy 323BHDSCK travel trailer. You guys picked a cool trailer here. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration. On your campsite, your awning. On your off campsite, of course, your slides. There's plenty of room for them to come in and out unhindered. Preferably nothing hanging over top of them. Leave yourself a nice walking path. Now I want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. They're going to be behind your tires, on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. There's your power, there's your city water for campsites. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the camp. What you do, the first thing we're going to do is level your unit. Now on a unit this long, I do recommend close up your slides, find a center, stick a level in there, and have someone watch that level while you turn on your docking light and raise or lower the unit to your level. Now, should you lose power, there's a little manual override right there. Hand crank for that little crank right there. You can get it off the top, off your hitch, or up and down if you don't have power. Speaking of power, check your battery post. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose as you're coming down the road. Once we've got our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit, you have stabilizing jacks. A little 3/4 inch hand crank. You can use a drill gun or an impact driver. I just recommend if you do, when you get to the bottom, slow down. Because remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. We've got our unit level. We only want to bring these down until this hand crank is taut and we know we're stable. Recommend jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Keep them from sinking into the ground. Use your 10% off coupon. Grab a 4-pack of those. Put them down. Again, just run these down until they're taut. We don't want to change the levelness of our unit. With our unit level and stable, we can go ahead and hook up our power and water. Normally at this time, these slides will be closed. A little easier access, but it is right in between your slides. The way this pistol grip power goes in now, goes in at this angle, then twist right, then you lock it down with this black washer. 50 amp service, should you need it. At the end of the 50 amp is a 50 to 30 dog bone, and then 30 to 110 if you need to put that on the end of that as well. Got your power hooked up, let's hook our water up. City water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. If you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites, so use this when putting water in here. Hook that up, hook your hose up. Don't turn our water on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. Going all the way over to the campsite. Just to the left of your entry doorway is your hot water heater. All we're doing at this point is making sure our drain plug's back in. Make sure that's back in there nice and snug. Once that is, you can go ahead and turn on your hose. Now if your hose has been on for a little while, go ahead and open up your water taps inside. You can deploy the slides at this time. We're already stable and level. Open up your water taps so all the air is out of the line. Once it is, close them back up, and then you can turn on your hot water heater from indoors. There is an on-off electric element down here. Keep it off unless you're hooked up to 110. If you're hooked up to 110, turn that on, as well as electric indoors. Couple reset buttons. If your hot water heater doesn't seem to be working, this will bubble out. Press that back in, and then up here you have your pressure release valve. Okay, so let's say we're gonna go camping. We're not gonna hook up at a campsite to city water. We're gonna go boondocking. Well, by your back door is your freshwater connection, potable water. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply hook up a hose, fill it up with a hose. Two ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here, or two on the inside where you check the levels of your tanks. Hold your fresh water button down and that'll tell you when this tank is full. Now just remember, when using potable water, fresh water, boondock is when you're going to want to turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water. That's already pressurized. Alright, we're all set up to camp. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit. I'm going to start right here on the front where I'm at with your potable water, your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. And then your potable water or fresh tank drain. It's that blue right there. Couple outdoor speakers, your party lights. You have a remote control inside. You can change those to whatever you want. Here you have your vent for your microwave, a flue for your furnace. Steer clear of that if you're running your furnace. That'll get rather warm. Again, hot water heater. You do have a 110 and cable if you want to set a TV on a table out here. There's a manual override for your slides. You have your hand crank in there. Your awnings are bringing that just about all the way out. I'll show you the rest when I go inside. Your pass-through storage with your hitch work. Your propane does have a cover. It's not a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty loosey to open your gas. Battery disconnect. That'll disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your propane carbon monoxide detector. You got pass-through storage. Hook your cable or satellite up here. These two big slides. Come back here again to your docking station. So power, city water, an outdoor shower. You can actually hang the handle up here. In this unit, we've come to realize that it's a great spot to just go ahead and magnet up a shower curtain. Your outdoor shower again, your low point drains. There's our dump station. Back of the unit, you do have an accessory hitch. All you gotta do is remove these cotter pins. Be careful because the spare tire tends to weigh it down, so hold on to that when you're bringing it down. Unit's also prepped for a Furion backup camera. Device you purchased for our store that sits on the dash of your tow vehicle, electronically communicating with this device, giving you a backup camera for the unit. And lastly, your outdoor kitchen. Your griddle, you have to press both these blue handles down at the same time. Hard for me to do one-handed, but hold on. There we go. There's your griddle, the top. Quick connect LP right there. You do have one-touch lighting out here. 110 and electric fridge. That plugs in right up there. This is your extra galley tank. Now for travel, I will turn this upside down. Again, push these in. You have to have them both down at the same time. It tends to travel a little better in there. Well, that about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look inside the unit. First thing I like to point out, coming in any unit, is where the fire extinguisher is. Make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway. To your left as soon as you come in, control panel. There's your battery, your freshwater tank, black and gray tank, or there's your new battery, there's your freshwater tank. Here's your slides in and out. Here's where you turn on your water heater. Here's where you turn on your water pump when using potable water. Interior, exterior lighting, your awning. So you're only going to want to run this awning out until you see that white flap fall down and you see that gray bar. That's when you know you're out far enough. You see this will extend beyond that, so keep an eye on it as you bring them in or out. Bring them in, they'll automatically stop. As I run that in, mentioned down here on the floor is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. Now the reason I mention it's 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you're going to be gone for the day, and you don't have anything plugged in charging your battery, go ahead and use your battery disconnect to keep this from running your battery down. Running awning in the rest of the way here, and shut off that light. 110, couple USB ports here. Your self-explanatory microwave. Light, fan. This glass top makes an excellent backsplash. If you have a panel light, you'll notice when you turn this on to light, you go from blue to red. Hit your spark, there's your flame. Same thing on your oven. Just turn it to light. Hit your spark here, no need for a pilot light anymore, and then just set it to the desired temperature. Turn your light all the way down for the oven light. Switch for your fridge, keep that on. Come back here, all the way down the hallway is your thermostat. You got the air on right now, shut the air off. You see how quickly that shuts off. Turn the heat on. Here's your furnace kicking on. Shut that off. The furnace fan always takes longer to shut off than the AC fan. 110 with GFCI reset in your bathroom. You also have a hand crank open exhaust vent in here. And be sure to make sure that you lock and dead both these doors when you're traveling. Around the rest of the living room here. Down the bottom, access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Looks like you got a ton of 15s in there. Highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Dinette. Simply lift that table straight up. Those legs will remove. Once they do, set your table back down on these. Put your back cushions on top for another sleeping area. Individual lighting around here. And a jackknife bed. A sofa. Simply lift up. Jackknifes down. Lift up on the front. Pull from the back. Set it back down. Connex TV system. So remote for that. Well, that's turning on. This is dual zone. There's an instruction manual for this. You can play the TV inside, hook up the Bluetooth outside, or an FM inside, a TV outside. So here's all your things. Turn this down. I'm going to pick up any stations inside here. I'm working with zone A here. Here's your sources. Have a media. Oops, I think I just accidentally shut it off. So media, TV, AV component, 3 different HDMIs, Bluetooth, FM radio. You can all control it from here and have them separated. Underneath that, so hook up for 12 volt. Fireplace, more than just for looks. The heat. Crank that up on high if it's chilly in the morning or evening. Instead of using up your gas, use their electricity and that'll warm it up in here in no time. Come back in the bedroom. Not much to talk about in here. Your main lighting is here. Individual lighting here. USB and 110s on the side. Prepped for a TV up there. And you do have a little bit of storage here. Alright, that about covers everything in the inside. Hand crank open. Vent here. Your AC. Come back into the bunk area. Here's your lighting for that. A lot of individual one-touch lighting back here. Charging ports. You know this bed will lift up. Unhook it from here. Hook it back in up there. Again, another hand crank open. No exhaust, just a vent. And this is prepped for TV back here as well. 110 cable up there. Set your TV right there. Alright, as I'm leaving, see how this door snaps? Make sure that is snapped closed. Shut off our individual lighting. And hit our main lighting. So doors and drawers is my phrase as we're getting ready to close the unit up. Make sure you bring your ladder in back here and close all doors and drawers. Same thing up here. Anything that could impede these slides from coming in, close all the doors and drawers. We're going to start here. Slide number 1. It's going to be a bedroom slide. I like to start with that one because you can watch it come in. Easiest way to check your lighting, shut off your interior lighting. Now you can see all the individual ones you need to go through and shut off. Best to do that before bringing in your slides. Now you can go back over here and turn on the interior and bring in slide number 2. Make sure your TV is secure against the wall. Make sure our doors and drawers are closed. Now I want you to hear this. It's okay to hear that for a second. You're not breaking anything, nothing just sounds like metal banging against each other. All it is the slide keeping itself from coming in too far. Our steps. Make sure that this exterior door is all the way open, otherwise this could catch on it. Lift your steps up, set it up in there, turn this handle, and then straighten it back out. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn this handle. At this time, we'll bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. Unhook your cable and water. Once the cable and water is unhooked, we can come around and dump our low point drains. Underneath there, and open up both those. If you are dry docking, the dump for that is over underneath the dry dock, underneath the freshwater connection. Hook up your hitch, head on up to the dump station. Now park according to the dump station. Your dump is going to be all the way toward the rear on your driver's side. Hook up your sewage hose, pull that black handle. That's going to be your nasty waters, your sewage. Once it sounds like that's no longer draining, go ahead and leave that handle open. Come around here to your campsite. Hook up the hose at the dump station, again with your water pressure regulator, and let that run for a good 5 minutes. That's going to spray all that nastiness out of your black tank. Give it a good black tank flush. Then you can unhook that hose and shut that water off. Come back around, close that black handle and pull your gray handle. Your gray handle is going to be your cleaner waters, your sinks and your showers. That's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. Then you are going to conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose right in your bumper. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Catalina for many years to come. Happy camping.